Hey everyone, and welcome back to another weekly plan with me. Today I'm going to be planning the week of June 25th through July 1st in my Scribbles That Matter bullet journal. So this week is actually quite a hectic week for myself and my family. My husband is in the Navy, and we are gearing up for yet another move. This will be our 7th move. Saturday, we actually have people coming to pack up all of our household goods and get us ready for our journey to South Carolina. My kids and my husband included, are all really excited for this next step in our adventure. But this last week before they actually pack everything up is always quite hectic. Just trying to get everything ready, pull things aside so that we can stay here a few more days, and all of that. So I definitely wanted to give myself a little more space in this setup. So I decided to do a little Dutch door system. Again, I'm in love with Dutch doors. It has become my new favorite system, and it has worked out really well for me for almost 2 months now. So I've gone in and I drew out my habit tracker. I'm tracking the same habits that I normally do, which is, is self-care, workout, working with my dogs. They're still in training, eating clean, trying to be on a no spend, a daily draw, and doing something crafty each day. And then I went in and drew the boxes for my appointments that I like to keep on the outer edge. I feel that system is what has worked best for me, having an overview that I can see, as well as being able to have that space for daily activities. And then I had already kind of gone through my journal before I started, and just folded the pages back that I knew I wanted to be my Dutch doors, just to kind of get them out of the way. I also drew in a food log. That's that big box there on the right side of the page. And then I am going in and drawing in the boxes for where I keep my weather. I tried something different last week, and honestly, I did not have enough space for the weather that I like to do. So I gave myself a little more room this week. I drew in as well my normal graph line where I track my sleep, my anxiety levels, how my diet is on a scale of 1 to 10, and how much water I've been drinking that day, as well as my mood tracker. I'm honestly really expecting my moods to kind of be all over the place this week. Again, with the gearing up for a move. It's always a very crazy time, but this is, like I said, the 7th move that we've actually done in the Navy, and I feel like I should be a seasoned professional at this by now. But there's just something about packing up and moving clear across the country that I don't think ever gets really any easier. So I'm going in real quick and just kind of filling everything out. I've drawn in my weather. I'm actually in Texas right now, and it is supposed to be 104 and 103. And in the hundreds, pretty much the rest of the end of the week is what they're calling for already. I grew up in Texas, actually, and I don't mind the heat, but I think you forget how hot 100 degrees actually is until you actually experience it yet again. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going in with the zebra mild liners. I thought it would be kind of fun to switch it up. I've been using my Tombos pretty religiously for the last few months, so I went in with the mild liners as my colors for tracking my moods for the day. I'll leave a link down below for the mild liners as well. Normally you can find them on Amazon. Sometimes they are a little hard to find because they are quite popular. And then another thing that I decided to do, and I kind of go out of frame here a little bit, and I do apologize for that, but I've taken the mild liners and kind of outlined each day specifically. And like I said, I wanted a little more space for myself this week for my daily tasks and kind of my journaling. But I'm outlining each box in a color, and then I will go back in and my appointment boxes that I have on the outer edges, I'll color coordinate the headers with that. And then I had not cut the Dutch door actually yet. So I'm just going in and I'm giving that a quick little snip on each page. I actually have 2 pages that I have folded to give myself quite a bit of extra space, as well as like a grocery list and a list of items that I need to pull aside for myself and my family that I need to make sure doesn't actually get packed up with our household goods, because we're actually going to be here for about a week before we head on to our new destination. So I really want to thank everyone that has subscribed to my channel already. It really does mean a lot to me. I was really, really nervous to get my channel going, but even though I've only made 2 videos so far, I've actually really enjoyed doing this. It's actually really relaxing, and I know that it is Monday evening probably when this is going up, but I do normally plan out my weeks on Monday morning. I like to sit down with my coffee and just kind of take my time that morning and get everything planned out for the day. And I normally do that each morning. I will try to write down my tasks for the day. Sometimes I will do it the night before, but I try not to think too far ahead. I have struggled with anxiety for quite a few years, and that's something that I've learned, that if I try to worry about tomorrow too much, then today's things don't always get done. So I will take that time and do it each morning, and leave those ideas fresh in my head each morning. But it has been really fun to do these last videos for you guys, and I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying them. The last 2 pages here that I'm actually going in with a black Tombow are the pages that I have designated for the do not pack list, and one for just a grocery list. Gonna need to pick up, snacks for the car ride and snacks to keep around the house and quick things that we can make around the house without having to cook really too much. I am lucky that I do have family in the area that is willing to help us out for the next week while we're kind of living with the complete bare minimum. So I am extremely grateful for that, but I still would like to have something set aside. So this is pretty much how I schedule things each day. I'll go in and write down the day and then I will just go in and write down any appointments I have for the day. I know it's repetitive to have my appointment boxes on the side, but then have another note that I have an appointment that day under the header. But honestly, this is really just what has worked for me. I like being able to see my week all at a glance, and having that room for the daily to kind of spread out just a little bit more has really given me freedom and peace actually in my planning. That has really done a lot for me. I keep going off the page here, and I am, again, apologize for that. So here you see me just going in again with my tasks for the day. And then at the end of the evening, or at the end of the day, in the evening, I will go back and fill in the rest of that space with my journaling, my thoughts and moods, and anything that I feel needs to be filled in for that day. If you'll notice, I have a box in the bottom right-hand corner. That's quite a large box. It doesn't have a header or anything. But I think I'm going to use that this week to kind of remind myself to write down something I'm grateful for each day. Nothing major, but just something small. With such a hectic week, I think that's going to be really important for me this week. And then I'm just going in real quick and filling out just the things that I had actually already taken care of for the day. My workout, my daily draw, working with my dogs, and my food log. So I hope you enjoyed this weekly setup. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time for my July setup. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.